Hey man, or folks, I guess this video, look. So this is our off-grid week mini challenge wrap up, but we're going to do something a little bit different because, well, for those of you, we do these mini challenge weeks where we're testing our ability to go off-grid eventually. The one we did most recently was Mariah and I ate only homegrown food for a week, with several exceptions. And I won't go into all the details because we're going to do a live feed on this. We've done this video twice. Once was amazing. It was a great video. It was entertaining. It was fun. It was original. It was fresh. We had an Easter egg at the end. Everything. It was just everything you could ask for a video to be, and we lost it. It got deleted. And
it was in denial for about a week.
Yeah, we spent a week trying to get it back, and we couldn't. Then we just now shot it again, and it just didn't work. The energy was gone. It ended up being 20 minutes of just us talking, which, isn't awful, but just for the memory of the old one, I mean, we can't do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to schedule a live feed on this topic for Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Those of you who got our first live feed, we had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. This one probably won't be that long. That one was almost 2 hours. But we're going to do a live feed on this topic on the homegrown mini challenge week, where Mariah and I only ate homegrown food for a week. And there's a bunch of details and everything that went into it. We'll bore you with that Saturday. We'll hit some highlights real quick though. We learned some things. First off, we learned that we're close to being able to produce all the calories we need. We needed. So what we tend to produce a lot of here that we had available to us was sweet potatoes, beans. I'm trying not to just do all the talking. I'm trying to find a place to let Mariah jump in. She's internal and I'm very external, and sometimes she doesn't get the word in edgewise because I don't stop talking long enough.
Except for the video that we deleted.
Except for the video where we deleted where she was.
That was so natural. It was just perfect.
It was the perfect video. What else did we have? We had sweet potatoes. Cornmeal.
Eggs.
That's
about it. And various vegetables.
Yeah, and vegetables. Beans, okra. Garlic, corn. Not just the cornmeal, sweet corn. We had a bunch of dried stuff, some dried tomatoes, and we were out of onions, green peppers. I mean, we had a decent variety. What we learned is we need more variety. We need a grain. We didn't have access to any wheat because we don't grow. We don't have any access to any flour because we don't grow wheat or anything. So we gotta have a flour substitute or flour.
Bean flour.
Bean flour didn't
no
work.
Good. Don't do it.
Or at least figure out how to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it didn't work for us. I say us. She did all the work. I did nothing. We need a fat. It's going to end up being peanuts for us right now. I think Mariah had hoped to get
chicken fat,
but our chickens, the chickens that we had put up didn't have any fat on them. That however, probably wouldn't be an issue for everyone. If you remember our free meat birds for life chicken video, we had gotten a bunch of chicken house cull birds, and the chicken house culled them because they weren't big enough to begin with. So it's just an inferior birds we were dealing with, and some of them were fat, some of them were good. It's just the ones we had left over.
I think so.
Were just really the bottom of the barrel. We started butchering the biggest ones first, and so by the time we got around to butchering the last ones, which was what was left over, they were just the dregs. Yeah, it was a total waste of time. And we need more crops. We needed a bigger diversity. We got real bored towards the end of the challenge. We'll talk more about that Saturday night. You need something special. Spices were a big deal. What spices do you grow? What did we have?
I had rosemary, sage, oregano. I think that's it. I used some hot pepper.
Yeah. And
then some, and a lot of garlic.
So, I mean, it's not like we were without spices or anything, but they were a big deal. You made ketchup one time too.
I did.
Homemade ketchup was pretty with honey vinegar. I don't know why honey vinegar is not a thing, people. That's good stuff. Anyway.
You should do a video sometime on
You know,
your mead.
we should do a video on the mead. We make mead, and
It's what got me through the week. It is.
So maybe why she was so good in the other video. Excuse me. But one of my batches of mead turned to vinegar on me, and because I know where there's a large amount of wild honey I could harvest if I was willing to destroy the hive. I think we went ahead and said we could use honey that week too, so we had access to honey, and so we decided, you know, she could use the honey vinegar. This selfie stick is
Moving?
difficult. So that's pretty. Oh, we want fruit, lots of fruit. We got to get our fruit trees up and running. We've got apple trees, we've got fig trees, we've got blueberry bushes. None of them produce. They're all young. I mean, the apple trees have probably only been
A
couple of years. And I planted them in the middle of. I decided I wanted to get them in the ground and growing, so I planted them in the middle of a thick, you know, young forest. They're getting choked out, and I've gradually cleared out around them, which maybe sounds crazy, but if you know me, you know that actually was probably a pretty good plan. If I'd waited to plant them till I had the woods cleared out, it would have never happened. Now we got them planted, and it gave me some incentive to get the woods cleared out. So know thyself. But we got to get those fruit trees going. The fruit would have made a big difference. But the takeaway from all this is if you're going to live off of your own, we have 2.4 acres here, and it's doable. You can produce the calories you need to survive if you're willing to have a greatly restricted diet, a very austere diet. But we need a fat. A cooking fat, not just a fat to eat because you crave fat, even though you need it. But it's hard to cook without. I'm told. I don't cook. It's hard to cook without a fat. So we gotta get the peanuts going so we can get fat from the peanuts, and then we just need some more stuff to eat because you get bored and you just start craving. Even if you don't normally crave stuff, when you have no choice but sweet potatoes and beans, your flesh just goes, I want oatmeal cream pies. Almost showed you my war face there. We won't show you my. No, I'm kidding. No. We'll try to delete that. That's the oatmeal cream pie speaking.
I'll give him a taste of that Easter egg that
we are legion, for we are many. I have to watch that now. We may have to cut that whole part out. I'm sorry, you guys. It's been a while since I've made a video. We're going to actually talk about that in another video here in just a second. So there you go. Saturday night, 8 o'clock, we're going to do a live feed. We're going to talk about this. It was a neat experiment. I think everyone should do it. Learned a lot of things about myself. Some disappointing things about myself. We'll talk about all that Saturday night, though, guys. We appreciate you, man.